getting the news today that E3 officially has closed down. Like, E3 is officially dead. I just want to say a little something quick on this because, E3 is one of those things that, for me, the peak of E3 was probably 2003 or 4, all the way up to 2015. The big, maybe even 2016. There was a good, 12, 13 year period where every year it was like Christmas in summertime. And if you were there to experience it and appreciate it online, watching on YouTube, watching on G4, watching on anything, there were a lot of people and personalities that I got to know coming out of E3. And those personalities are the big reason I wanted to do a YouTube channel like this and specifically talk about gaming and nerdy stuff, because the E3, like the few weeks that would lead up to E3, then the week itself, and then like the month of fallout from E3 was like an amazing period, and it kind of got me through some tough times, just like when things were slow in life in general or whatever. It gave you something to be excited about and something to look forward to. And the news that it's gone, it's really it's really the end of an era as far as like games and stuff we like and all that kind of thing. I really feel like there are, like, for me, Summer Games Fest isn't this. It's not this. It's not the big media blowout. It's not the it's just not the same. It's just not the same. And honestly, it's not going to be, because the industry is different now. Like E3, I understand as a business person, E3 is an event of a bygone era as far as like the gaming industry and all that kind of stuff goes. People can do their own events. They can do their own online specials, state of plays, Capcom presents, Square Enix presents, that kind of stuff. And companies can do their own stuff on their own time, and they can control how their year goes more efficiently as far as like marketing and advertising go. It doesn't have to circle around one event. And I get that, right? It's kind of like the slow death of Comic-Con as well, if you think about it. Like all these other companies doing their own events, releasing information. Of course, Hollywood's been in a death spiral. That's a whole different story in and of itself. But like since COVID, really. But the E3 thing is really sad. It's really sad. And a lot of you all who did not get to experience that during its peak, man, you all missed out. You all missed out. Like, it just puts a big smile on my face seeing all this stuff, them talking about. There was that really one special E3, I forget what year it was 2005 or 6 or something maybe, when they debuted the PS3, the Xbox 360, the Wii. That was really an amazing time. It was just so fun to hang out with your friends and make bets and talk about, what was next, what was coming, what are we getting excited about, what are they gonna drop, what's gonna happen. I remember the E3 of Legend I joke about, but I joked that it was the E3 of Legend. It was 2015 when they dropped the Final Fantasy VII Remake, announcement trailer that, the promise has been made. They did that. And it was pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. And, E3 really gave rise to a lot of the personalities that I really appreciated for years. The Game Trailers guys, who became the Easy Allies guys once Game Trailers got shut down. The G4 personalities, Attack of the Show, X-Play, you see them on the screen right here. It was just a fun time, and, say what you will, everybody's got their differing opinions on the presentation and some of the people that were made famous by that period, but I still foster an attitude of gratitude for all those people, because it didn't come off as like just journalism. It came off as people who were getting to share this stuff with us and break this stuff to us that were into this stuff as well, you know. And I feel like, you know, as we push forward into this era, like now the whole dynamic has changed, right? Companies seek out the bigger YouTubers and Twitch streamers to push their product, to advertise their product. It's cheaper for the companies to do it that way, and it gives rise to new personalities. The thing I loved about the personalities from back then is they had some level of training as far as like television goes, and being in there was a underlying hint of professionalism to it. You know, they had their opinions and stuff, but it wasn't all just like saucy takes and all that kind of stuff. There was a level of professionalism to it, and that's what I'm going to miss about E3 and that era specifically. Is just the love that all the companies put into their presentations, the love that they put into the fans, you know. Seeing them on stage and excited, and not just with like a green screen behind them and a digital presentation. Man, it's so whack. Like, the stuff they do now is so whack compared to how they did back with E3. It is. It really is. It has a very novice feel to it now, where it's just a bunch of trailers at a digital event, and every now and then somebody pops up on a blue screen with some badly looped music or whatever. It is not the same as it was back then, and now we know it never will be, you know. So the thing about E3 was it was one event, and everybody coordinated with that one event, but they did their thing, you know. I remember some of the massive Xbox like presentation stages and stuff like that. Xbox would bring it, PlayStation would bring it, you know. A lot of third parties would bring it for some of their booths and stuff like that. But, you know, I mean, that's it. That's a wrap. And it's sad. And I will always have my fun memories of E3. The reason I wanted to start doing a channel like this, like I said earlier, was just being inspired by those other personalities that got their start with like E3. I think I saw Brandon Jones from Easy Allies earlier tweet, and I never knew this about him, that his first day on the job at Game Trailers was E3 or something like that. That's awesome. That's just one example of many. And, you know, I love that dude. I think he's great. I love almost everybody from that group, you know, and the original G4 crew. You know, that's the people, and that's the event that made me want to start doing this channel. And eventually it turned into me just talking about mainly one thing, but we're going to be doing other stuff from now on too. I'm inspired. We're going to start delving into other things, and I'm really inspired by that. And I think if one thing today has shown me is that, you know, there is a need for people with passion to talk about this stuff. People with passion to talk about this stuff, put it out there, and don't let it die. Don't let it die, man. You know. So I have strep throat right now. That's why I sound really rough. But I wanted to get this video out to share my sentiments. So rest in peace, C3. I will always be a fan. I will always look back on it fondly. And not only that, but I will always go back and watch old G4 and GT time and Easy Allies and all those guys cover E3. I will always go back and watch that stuff fondly. So anyway, but let me know in the comments below, what are some of your favorite memories from E3? And how did you feel about the news today? The writing was on the wall. We all kind of felt like it was happening, but for them to just kind of drop it today, say, hey, like in a short post, it's like, hey, we appreciate you all. That's it. We're not gonna do it anymore. That was kind of harrowing. And look, you know, Game Awards is fun. Summer Games Fest, Look, there's never going to be another E3. I think Summer Games Fest, I think it will continue to evolve and get better and that kind of thing, but there will never, ever, ever be another E3. So, alright, so I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you all have a great night. Be safe, be good to each other, keep rocking, and let me know some of your best memories. And until then, I will talk to you all later, and take care. I am going to go watch some old G4 E3 coverage and pour myself an adult beverage for my homie that left us today. So, you all take care.
I want to say a quick thank you to my YouTube and Patreon members and supporters. If you would like to support the future creation of content on this channel, get some few extra perks and some art sent to your door every month, consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. Details and links are in the video description.